Welcome to the Human 5.0 Project, the podcast where we cut straight to the breakthroughs that matter, the show where science meets self-optimization. I'm your host, Ultimate Biohacker 10X, and here we break down the real research, real data, and real dosing behind modern biohacking, from compounds and peptides to techniques, devices, lifestyle strategies, and performance protocols. Most people jump in and jump out before they get the gold, so we're keeping it tight and delivering the essential insights you need without the fluff. If you've taken the time to hit play, we'll make sure you walk away with valuable knowledge that can transform your approach to longevity, health optimization, and beyond.
Hey everyone, if you've ever stood in front of a supplement wall, rows of glowing bottles promising sharper focus, endless energy, eternal youth, and felt like you were shopping for snake oil, you're not alone. The aisle is built to confuse you. Most of us buy backwards. We chase the shiny new thing before we fix the obvious gaps. Well, today we're flipping that. We're talking 12 supplements that actually move the needle. Quiet, cheap, unsexy workhorses, and they're backed by real data, not TikTok hype. They're boring because they don't need a marketing team, and they're elite because they work. All right, let's go. This is Ultimate Biohacker 10X with the Human 5.0 Project, and we're here to cut through the noise, less guesswork, more data, and of course, zero fluff. If you want to upgrade your body without the marketing BS, you're in the right place. Quick heads up. I'm a doctor, but this is for informational and educational purposes only, and these are my opinions to help guide you to ask the right questions. Always check with your healthcare provider before starting anything new, especially if you're on meds, pregnant, or have conditions. Supplements aren't magic, and they're tools, and we need to use them smart, okay? Cool? All right, let's lock this one in. Supplements are the last 5% of health, not the foundation. Diet, sleep, movement, stress management, that's the 95 for the average person. And if you recall, the longevity ladder that I talk about, rung 1, is just this foundational stuff, and supplements will start to appear on rung 2 when we really look at data. If you're an elite athlete or you're a really dialed in biohacker, that ratio shifts from the 95-5. But for 90% of us, this is the right way to think about it. So these 12, well, they plug holes that most people miss. And here's my filter. Does it solve a real problem? Is there human evidence? Is the effect noticeable and not just statistically cute? Does it cost less than a coffee? If it hides the dose, inflates the promise, or solves a problem you don't actually have, it's probably noise. And we're not here for speculation. We're here for results. Okay, tier 1, these are the non-negotiables, and they're for almost anyone. They fill common modern gaps: indoor living, processed food, low intake, and they're low risk, and they've got a high upside, so we really want to start here. First, creatine monohydrate. It's one of the most researched supplements in sports nutrition. Decades of randomized controlled trials, cheap as dirt, 3 to 5 grams a day, no loading phase needed. It boosts strength, power, lean mass, 5 to 15% gains if you train. And yeah, the brain story is getting interesting. Recent reviews show modest help with memory and fatigue under stress, especially if you're vegan, aging, or sleep deprived. Stick to 3 to 5 grams for general health. There's emerging research on higher doses, like 15 grams for neuroprotection or concussion recovery, but that's a clinical tool under doctor supervision, not a daily habit. So the bottom line, boring, safe, but elite. Take it with water, timing doesn't matter, but consistency does matter here. Next up, protein powder. It's not magic, it's just food in powder form. Most people undereat protein. This will fix that. Around 1.6 grams per kilo of body weight, about 0.7 to 0.8 grams per pound, and that's a strong target for many active people. In the gym, bodybuilders will tend to push this to 1 to 1.5 grams per pound of body weight, but again, that's not for the average individual. 25 to 40 grams per shake is a good number. I believe that trying to digest more of that in a sitting is just not really good for us, so spacing out our daily protein load over the time that we're awake is a smart move. But whatever fits your day, you just got to work within that time frame. Total intake matters more than timing. Whey isolate for speed and plant blends if dairy is out of the picture. You'll want to look for minimal ingredients, third-party tested, NSF, It's informed choice here. This isn't a superfood, it's a compliance tool. So if you hit your macros without it, just skip it. Otherwise, this is an elite move. Next, magnesium. We're talking hundreds of biochemical processes in the body. Many people underconsume magnesium-rich foods, and certain meds or GI issues can really matter here. 300 to 350 milligrams a day from supplements. Glycinate's often better tolerated than oxide, which can be rough on the gut. You want to take it at night. A small percentage get wired instead of sleepy, and that's the glycine paradox, so you got to test it. Greens and nuts help, but most of us need the extra. And it's not dramatic until you fix it, and then it's obvious when you feel the effect. Vitamin D. Here's one where we test, don't guess. If you're low, it matters. If you're normal, more is not automatically better. So we need to use labs, not vibes here. 250 to 800 IUs a day is the baseline. If you're deficient, your doc might go higher, but don't exceed 4,000 IUs without guidance. K2, it's not mandatory. If you're getting D from sun and food, you're probably fine. But if you're supplementing higher, like 2,000 IUs or more, adding 90 to 180 micrograms of MK7 is a smart insurance, so calcium will stay in the bones and not in your arteries. But again, blood test first. Next, omega-3s, EPA and DHA. If you eat fatty fish regularly, it's probably not a big lever. If you don't, they can help fill a real gap. And the goal matters more than the trend. For general health, aim for at least 1,000 milligrams combined EPA and DHA per serving, and check the back label. For triglyceride or inflammation, closer to 2,000 milligrams. Algae oil for vegans. There are burp-free formulas that exist. You'll just need to check for freshness. This is a quiet tool. It's not a miracle, but it's a good adjunct. Next up, psyllium. This is the unsexy king, and I've been taking it for close to 30 years. 5 to 10 grams with water before a big meal. It can help lower your LDL. It'll improve your fullness with a meal, and it'll give you regularity in your bowels. And your gut doesn't care if your stack looks futuristic, believe me. If you're eating like a raccoon, fiber's going to win. Cheap, boring, again, another elite move. All right, so let's jump to tier 2. These are a little bit different here. They kick in when you have a target, focus, stress, performance. You only add them after your tier 1 is solid. Caffeine plus L-theanine, 100 milligrams of caffeine, 200 milligrams of theanine. This can improve your focus. It can cut jitters for some people. Delay 90 minutes after waking if you want. It's optional, but not doctrine here. Great pre-workout or deep work block. Not a daily crutch. Use it like a tool. Ashwagandha. This is a cortisol blunter. 600 milligrams a day. Cycle 8 weeks on, 2 weeks off. It's useful for high stress phases or sleep, but it's not a forever staple. Some folks get blah or numb long term, so you got to watch for that. We're talking contextual here, not foundational. Next, electrolytes. Sweat's real, guys. Florida heat, endurance, low carb, sodium, potassium, magnesium mix, major player here. Third party tested? Absolutely. We don't want sugar bombs either. So if you're not sweating much or training hard, this is just expensive flavored salt, but it's elite when needed. All right, let's bump to tier 3. These are really niche type supplements. They're for specific edges, gut issues, circadian shifts, metabolic tweaks, not daily drivers. First up is probiotics, and we're talking targeted probiotics here. So more CFUs is not the point. The right strain for the right problem is. If the gut's off, post-antibiotics, IBS, you gotta match the strain. 10 to 20 billion CFUs, refrigerated, otherwise yogurt does fine. And it's nuanced and not universal. And there are many places out there that do gut or oral microbiome testing, and they can help direct traffic in this particular instance. So next, melatonin. This is for your circadian reset. 300 micrograms, break a tablet if you have to. Good for jet lag, shift work. It's not a knockout pill. So yes, sleep hygiene comes first, and always less is more. Next up, berberine. This is a metabolic support tool. It's got some promising evidence on glucose and lipids. 500 milligrams with meals. GI upset is common, so you got to start low. Again, this is a niche, it's not a staple. We see a lot of biohackers taking it in place of metformin. I might do an episode on that at some point. It's kind of interesting. All right, how about the trash bin here? IgG kits. A lot of false positives. Junk science. Dump it. Liquid collagen. It's situational. I'm not a big fan, and it's not a miracle. Massive multivitamins. In my opinion, expensive urine. Competing absorption. Probably not worth it. Green spouters. These are overpriced multis with pixie dusted doses. Proprietary blends. If they don't list them out, skip it. Any of you who know what I take are aware that I do a lot of personal research and I'm really dialed in with supplements, and I take quite a few. But a real elite stack isn't the one with the most bottles. A real elite stack is the one with the clearest job description. Let that sink in. So your base, creatine, protein, magnesium, vitamin D, omega-3s, psyllium. Performance, add your caffeine and theanine, electrolytes, and for your gut, targeted probiotic. Track it for 4 weeks, journal it, get labs, feel how you feel. Fewer is better. I'm going to put something in the show notes that breaks this stuff down. Comment if you want me to expand on this episode and dive a little bit deeper into these particular supplements, or if there's something else that you want to be addressed. I'd love to hear what you have to say on MK4, MK7, vitamin D, and so on and so forth. But for now, stay curious, stay optimized, and stay supplement smart. This is Ultimate Biohacker 10X, and I'm out. Thanks for listening to the Human 5.0 Project.
If you found value in today's episode, share it with someone who's ready to elevate their biology. Make sure to follow the show for weekly deep dives into peptides, protocols, devices, lifestyle strategies, and the science of high-performance longevity. Until next time, stay curious, stay optimized, and stay 10X.